Hello and welcome to my Bionicle Collection tour. This is pretty much all of the Bionicle that I own. I have like two other sets that I'm not showing here, but this is all of it. So let's take a look at what I've got. So in total, I'm probably working with over 80 pounds of Bionicle. Most of this is sorted, but a little bit of it is not sorted. So that bin right there is just miscellaneous parts. These are all sealed or they've got the box with them. These are all just built creations, mostly mocks. Just a couple more. These are on shelves. So yeah, let's take a look a little bit closer at what I've got. We've got my bin of weapons and shields and whatnot. So there's quite a few unique pieces here. And a lot of various sets. A large stack of shields. A custom gun, it looks like. Yeah, there's quite a few unique parts here. We have these ice cream pails. These are mostly knee joint or like shin/forearm pieces. They're pretty deep. There's quite a few different kinds, different colors. Lots of these types of connections. And then we've got the hand pieces. I know that it's probably bad to store them like this, but for the sake of organization, it's easier to put them on an axle rather than have them loose. I used to have them loose like this, and there is quite a few loose pieces at the bottom too. Quite a few. Oops. The bin right here is probably one of the most meticulously sorted bins that I've got. You've got a lot of different Paraka heads here, the Paraka spines, and lots of these are sorted by type. So these are kind of hook blades, it looks like. Got the spear points, got more hooks, got lots of the Rockshi blades. These are some masks, some very cool ones in here. We've got lots of the Takanuva masks, some Likon, these on, plenty of cool masks in here. Got even more masks. These are some more of the newer types of masks that fit on the Glatorian or Hero Factory heads. Quite a few unique ones in here too. Great for mocks. Got some of the Knights Kingdom medieval style masks. I've tried to use these in some mocks, but they're a little bit difficult to use. Got lots of the Glatorian heads, or the Avmatoran heads. And here's the other big bag of heads. We've got the Paraka heads, as well as the regular classic Bionicle Toa heads. And right here we've got this style of head. I can't remember what it's called. Yep, some of those, and there's some of the Matoran or hockey player heads in there too. Here we've got some chest piece armor. Lots of unique pieces here. A lot of the Ignika style chest pieces. This is a really big bag of CCBS. This probably weighs about 2.5 pounds. It's packed very, very tightly, sort of sorted by color. It's a little bit of a gradient. Lots of different choices, lots of the metallic colors and the transparent ones. And then we've got some of the Hero Factory attachment pieces to the armor. So most of these will attach to an existing piece of armor. Got a really big bag of these wires, really cool for elevating the detail of a mock. Over here we've got some of these style of blades. They're all the same kind. These ones are really cool. They They came in an Exoforce set. They kind of match the Krika aesthetic. These are a lot more weapons. We've got lots of Paraka weapons in here. We've got a lot of Makuta, kind of brutal looking weapons in here. Yeah. I might do an additional video where I take this stuff out and I do the entire full tour of everything that's in the bag, but this video would be way too long if I did that for everything. Over here we've got some of these shorter style of blades. Moving on, swords. So sword type weapons. A lot of these are the Knights Kingdom swords. Very cool for making a sort of more distinguished character. And then additionally, we've got the Knights Kingdom armor pieces, which really look super cool and they're pretty rare. We've got some more of the classic Robo Rider pieces here, as well as the earlier Technic bits. Really classic look. We've got Bow-Rock shields here. Loads of different Bow-Rock styles and colors. And then we've got a really big bag of projectile weapons. I included the Spinax launchers there as well, but loads of these are just meant to shoot something. We've also got the Viscerac launchers as well. A lot of these different types of guns. Pretty cool. And then we've got some of these armor bits here. Some of the Paraka armor. This is very useful to use. Here we've got some of the Metru armor. The Metru armor also looks really great, and it's nice to have a lot of this. And here we've got the Nuva armor, so the Nuva chest pieces and the Nuva shoulder pieces. Also really great pieces. Got a bag of hands here. Lots of different colors. These are the Glossorian and Hero Factory hands. And then we've got some more miscellaneous armor pieces, just that didn't really fit in any other category. And lastly, for the bags, we have Viscerac limbs. Another great piece. The greatest parts about this box is this smaller tin that we've got in here, which has a lot of the rarer and more classic masks. So these are a lot of the classic Toa masks, the collectible kinds. Lots of different recolors in here. Not as many as I'd like, but we've got quite a few. And in here we've got the Rakshi heads. Loads of Rakshi heads. These are really great for shaping. And then deeper in here, we've got some bigger miscellaneous pieces. We've got the bag of Krana and Krata, just the rubbery type pieces. Very, very cool. And then just a lot of other miscellaneous parts in here. A lot of the Zamor spheres I like to put in here. And this is my bag of rare Technic pins, black. These are really good for making Mako Kid. And yeah, we've got some more of the discs and whatnot in here. We've got a load of random pieces that didn't fit anywhere else. It's really tough to find a spot to sort every little piece. And so this is where everything extra goes. Sometimes it can take forever to find the piece that you need in here, but we have to put it somewhere. Here we've got a little bit more of the just body parts. We've got a lot of the Rakshi backs in here, loads of them. Okay, I'm talking like a lot of them. Got lots of the pearl dark gray ones, black, blue, red, loads of green, as well as all of the spines, and then a big stack of the Vaki head pieces, even some other miscellaneous things in here like that Rakshi head. Yep. And then we've got the pelvis pieces here. very handy. I just throw them all into one bag. Then we've got Mechru feet right here. These are easily doubled as armor or weapons. You can do a lot of things with these. And then we've got some more feet pieces here. I kind of view these as like monster feet pieces. They also just don't really have a category that can be fit. Got lots of the Rakshi backs here. And here we've got red, blue, and green Rakshi feet because they don't all fit into one bag. We've got more of them. We've got the black, white, and brown ones here. And then we've got a nearly bursting bag of Rakshi limbs. It is overflowing at this point. Right here we've got a big bag of Matoran feet. Pretty neat. And we've got some Paraka feet and other Paraka style feet. And then some more of these feet. I'm not sure what to call these, but they have a similar type. And then in here, we've got all of the torsos. So there's all sorts of different types of torsos in here. We've got anything from the classic Toa all the way to, I guess, the hockey Technic bodies, Avmatoran, Hero Factory. There's just almost an endless selection of torso types in here that can be used. As well as the Bohrok bodies. We've got loads of the Bohrok pieces in here. We've got a lot of different limbs. These are some of the more classic Toa and kind of Robo Riders arms. We've got Avmatoran limbs here. We've got Rakshi limb pieces here. Got some of the Bohrok arms. Very hefty bag. We've got the classic Toa Nuva limbs in this bag. Those are pretty hard to use in mocks. And we've got some more of the Toa arms. These just didn't fit in the other bag. And we've got some of these connectors right here. And then the longer counterpart in this bag. A lot of these are suffering damage because of their age, especially those lime ones. There's bound to be some cracks. And we've got some of the Baki arms here. And some very small Mechru pieces here. And then in the bottom, we've got a lot of the Hero Factory limb pieces, all just skeletons together. We've got pretty much every size in there. So yeah, these are the limbs. Would probably be best suited inside of a small parts drawer, but I just have them in bags. So loads of Technic pins and other Technic pieces in here. It just goes on and on. We've got the ball joints, hoses, Bohrok eyes, as well as axles of all sizes. We've got a big bag of gears, and then we've got a big bag of these robot arms for customization, really good for fingers. A load of these thin Technic beams, really great. And then the Bohrok body backpack things. Got a load of these Technic lift arms and even bigger bags of them at the bottom. I want to try and keep this a little bit short since I'm running out of time, but the bag or the bin just goes on and on to what we've got in here. Bin is really big and it weighs probably over 20 pounds. It's got a load of my own creations in here, as well as a few random bags, it seems, of things. But yeah, we've got a lot of my own personal things that I've made. Most of these aren't, he's missing his mask, but most of these aren't built, aren't official sets. They're just creations that I've made. Got a recolored Bow Rock Queen. And got a Takanuva down there. Just a lot of different customs. Yeah, I would go down and get a whole bunch of these, but it would take a while to dig through all of this. So yeah, these are all of the sets that I've got that have the box and the instructions or are sealed. And I think I'm gonna do a separate video on these and just show how cool these are.